All right, everybody, look at the turkey family. This is the most grouped up I have seen them. We're having a really windy day, and Hub mentioned that he already saw them. I think there's over a dozen there. I think the first three are the moms, the lighter colored ones. Their heads and necks are lighter. 11, 12, 13. There's at least 13. I think there's 14 there. I think he's right. He counted 14. So this is the joy. Oh, now we have a golf cart. And look, they are completely acclimatized to golf carts. They don't even budge. How funny is that? And we still have a couple more. Huh, that is crazy. And they're all grown up and they're still together. I do not know how long they're going to maintain this family grouping, because I think a couple of weeks back they were bickering over right in front of me. They bickered back and forth on which direction to go. So here they are. How funny is that? Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things. Today is episode 12 of Winter is Coming Wednesday, and now I'm going to dig into a special event that I signed up for at this quarterly meeting I was at in North Carolina, and it was it's like a share of a Memory and More pack, and they pre-make the cards, and you get a bunch of materials provided to make the cards. And then I made some of them and then brought some of them home to then dress them up a little bit more with some added materials that I have in my inventory. So it is the Memories and More pack, and I got 2 sticker sheets. Here it is. And you can see I've used some of the stickers and some of the small pieces, which I haven't used as many of, and the large ones you don't get as many. And I have a few sheets floating around. They are double-sided. Same with the smaller pieces, double-sided. And this is the same patterns that's on the coordinating DSP that I have a share of. And then, knowing I would have, because I've done these, this is my 3rd year doing this, I knew that I would have these extra pieces after putting together some of the cards. So I went ahead and bought the cards and bases, and I didn't bring the envelopes over with me. So here is what the cards are. I was not aware they were going to be this big. They are 5 by 7. I believe. Actually, it does not look like 5 by 7. It looks like 4 by 6. So you can see that the large Memory and More page fits their coordinating papers exactly. So I have only 3 left. This is the color of the other color that the cards come like. I'm going to grab the envelopes and be right back. I walked away and I did not. Oh, and I do have the envelopes here. Oh, that's so silly. But I brought a ruler so I could confirm for you guys the size. So I only have 3 of these sheets, but I do have my shares of the 12 by 12 DSP that I can have fun with. So it is 4 1/4 and by 6 1/4. So not quite 5 by 7. So I will be using these to make some cards with. The envelopes that I walked over to get, that I didn't need to get, are very vanilla now. A lot of these different parts in this coordinating suite have very vanilla instead of white. So that is just something to note, because you might not have very vanilla supplies. And here's what the inside of the envelopes look like. And now I have some finished cards to share with you. And I will not walk through the DSP, because most of my pieces, I can show you what I've got, but I'm down to, because I've made so many. Looks like I have 5 of the 6 sheets. All right, so before I share projects that I've worked on, this is the size of the sweater patterns. There's 3 different patterns. So this is the largest, and then here is the size of the patterns on the larger Memory and More page. The stickers have, you know, like a nice strip, and then it probably is somewhat like a scarf with the fishtail ends. And then the patterns on the small sheets, let's see, oh, here we go, are that size. So 3 different sizes of sweater patterns to play with. The backs of the DSP here are patterned. So what I did is I have over at my desk a 4-inch 4x12 of these 3, not knowing whether I would use the front or back. So I'm being very careful in how I cut these, because I know I have to make a lot of cards. So I know in my past I have received these and just cut them into 6x6s, boom, not even really looking at what the patterns are front and back. So I advise, if you do want to make a lot of projects and you don't know for sure how you're going to use your 12x12 pieces, don't cut them all up right away. Be very careful and thoughtful in your cuts. So now I have these 2. This is a very large pattern, and I will share with you a card made using this. And this is the back, the snowflake pattern of bear prints with presents. So this one, oh, and deer prints. So this one, again, I wasn't sure how I would use it, so I didn't want to cut it down, and same with this one. All right, so I actually think I'm gonna have a hidden card in my stash. Oh, yep, there's one. I knew I had some more, so sorry for the delay. All right, so now let's look at projects that I've made. This one uses stickers and some provided glitter. This is the adhesive glitter. Then these sequins are currant, and this is a little piece of the glitter organdy ribbon. It is very vanilla. The inside I matted full height and put a little present sticker. Again, trying to make myself dress up my insides. Now this is from Trucking Along that I do own, and these presents are way too small, so I might end up doing something else like on this inside. If I end up having this as a card to send, I will dress the envelope up a little bit more. I have grabbed one project. All of these, by the way, I had already, while I made them, I immediately bagged them, so I get to open them up. This is a set of presents from a retired Stampin' Up stamp set, and it replaces the Truckin' Along presents. And this is this particular large bear piece. I have warm wishes surrounded by the glitter. I made a really fancy bow, and the that's a bear sticker, and I have a rhinestone. That is a Stampin' Up rhinestone. I believe the size, if you're familiar with the Swarovski sizes, the smallest is 3mm or an SS10. So that's how the SS sizes compare to millimeters. And then this is a festive pearl, and those are sparkly sequins. And again, all of these are current. So I will put all of the supplies up. Oh, I did one additional thing. So if you see the glossy on the blue trees, that is glaze. I own the glaze jelly roll markers, a full set of them, and I was playing with dressing up the trees a little bit. Oh, and these little red dots, those are red glaze, and they are not on the actual sticker. So that's that one. I can tell that the one that I wanted to show you is not over here, so I will pause when I get to the last one so I can take it apart. This is one of the small pieces with the Stampin' Up rhinestones. I used white gel pen. I roughed up the top 2 layers, and then I went ahead and dry embossed the Snowfall 3D and put on it some silver rub-on that is not the Rub and Buff. It is like a crafting set, much smaller amount of like 10 different colors, and I didn't like how this came out. I mean, I can see it, but it doesn't have a very, very good shimmer to it, so it's not the best of qualities, and I got it on Amazon. And this is the combo trim 1/8, comes in silver and gold, and that is a sticker. And I did actually put, it looks like, the Jelly Roll Moonlight shimmer on the yellow star. Inside, what did I do? Oh, so the inside just has a little green present in Old Olive, and the base is Old Olive. The envelope for that uses, again, a retired, I think it's Alpine Adventures, has these 3 presents. So I've got them set up on 2 different blocks. These 2 separated just enough to put the blue right in the middle, and I did stamping in Old Olive and Night of Navy. The second to last one, and again, here is that same set of 3 presents from the retired Alpine Adventures in Red and Night of Navy. And this is one of the small Memory of More cards, and again, it has presents, and these shimmery looking presents I've actually written in with the Jelly Roll shimmer pen. This is the glitter organdy. I've got 2 different kinds of sequins that are current, and then these 3 presents, if they look 3D to you, that one, and this one are stickers. And then I did the Snowfall 3D. I already hadn't seen that I did not like the way my silver rub-on that I brought with me to the meeting, I didn't like, so I left this one alone. And then on the inside, I just picked one of the presents and put it on the inside. All right, now I have to go find the last card that I have done because I don't see it here. I'll be right back. I am back, and I found it. It has snowflakes in Night of Navy stamped off, and this is the card, and it uses one of the large Memory of More pages, and then I took a second one and sacrificed it so that I could pop up the polar bears and this floating glacier piece. And then this is a bow that uses a silky white Hobby Lobby. I was trying for something with a softer look to it, and I knew I wanted to make the bow smaller, but still wanted the layers. And the organdy ribbon, the glitter ribbon, is really stiff. So this is a soft little ribbon. And then all of these pieces, when I cut it in half, these are just the tendrils left over. I have some silver iridescent-y thread and the silver wrapped baker's twine. Both the thread and the baker's twine are from Hobby Lobby. I used SS8, so this would be like a little over 2 millimeter way smaller than the Stampin' Up's smallest, which is 3mm, and they kind of are tucked right next to their sequin friends, and those are currant. And then the top sentiment here is a strip that I cut off of the same second piece that I cut out the iceberg. I guess it's an iceberg, not a glacier. Iceberg polar bears, so they could all be popped up. I made the white mat behind go the full width of the card, which I had to trim down a little bit. I may, but I didn't want to ruin it. I was thinking of taking the shimmery jelly roll to the words, but I did another word on one of the small pieces, and I used a red glaze, and it did not work. So I want to be careful in when I choose to use the jelly rolls so that I don't accidentally ruin these pieces. The inside, I cut out 3 floating iceberg pieces and just tacked them on. And here it is with its envelope. So I will get some photography now so that they can be shown at the end. I always like to do the showcase at the end. That concludes episode 12. I will continue with episode 13. Will be cards made on the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. These two I will make at least 1 or 2 projects so that I can share them with you and you can see what they look like turned into cards. And that's it for this episode. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment, subscribe. Again, supplies available will be available over on my blog. Hopefully you are finding all of these helpful as you are planning out your holiday cards and gifts. And as always, thanks for watching.